Okay, welcome to class. Settle into a comfortable seat and take a deep breath. Fluid breath. Tune into your breath. Let yourself really, truly land here in this practice together. Wherever we are, Idaho or Oregon or California, we can land together. Virginia, we can land together here. Let's open the whole circumference of our lowest circle of ribs. And feel the diaphragm swimming in the ocean of our being. And for a few moments, think of the animals that you've known in your life and how they've shown you they're happy. Let yourself see and experience their happiness. Maybe you can feel the cat's purr. Or see the joy of the puppy running back to you from across a field. Maybe it's a horse. Or sea otters playing. Let yourself experience their joy. And then think of people that you love. Moments where you've seen them truly happy, you've seen them experience joy. Let them run through you like a movie reel, person to person, memory to memory, joy to joy. And in appreciating these people's joy, these animals' joy, you are practicing muditā, appreciative or sympathetic joy, appreciating the joy of others, realizing that their joy is our joy, that all of this joy is interconnected. It's not separate. We don't own our joy, they own their joy. We share joy. We allow ourselves to experience joy. And if envy arises, we let ourselves see it and experience it. Ah, there you are. And then we feel into the other being's joy again. They They don't have to be separate. But this is a state of mind we can practice. And in challenging times, it's important to look around and see the beauty, experience the joy of yourselves and others as flowers bloom, as a spring breeze blows, as birds build their nests. We need to make room for joy. Invite it in. And let it be part of the balance. Because joy, like equanimity, is needed in the world. Like compassion, like loving kindness. And it's a practice. So let's breathe deep down into our bellies and imagine we can breathe in the joy around us. And exhale the joy back out again. And this joy can wash through all the nadis, the rivers and streams of energy in our bodies. And we can shine it out beyond us. To our children and our grandchildren and our neighbors and our pets. Let's inhale our hands to our hearts. And let's bow our heads today and see if through our practice we can cultivate the Brahma Vihara, the abode of the heart, appreciative joy. Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, let's come to standing. And let's begin today with a little fluid motion, little dynamic movement to warm up. I sat 8.5 hours in the car yesterday. So you all are going to receive a stretch, feel good practice because in part, that's the joy my body needs right now. If you'd like to lift an elbow, stretch it out to the side or up at a diagonal away from the opposite foot. Point the toes as they lift off the floor. Stretch the myofascia of the feet across to the elbows, and maybe the arm unfurls, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you stay with rolling the shoulders. You feel into you today. What brings joy to this myofascial matrix? What feels good? And explore play with different motions. See how they feel. And then let's float over to one side and the other and let our wings rise, one forward, one out to the side. And let the legs bend and let ourselves bounce a little. Fluid breath. I'll bounce over to the knees. Fluid breath. Our cats were very excited to see us. And let the feet land and the arms swing skyward. Remember, it can be a bend from the elbow. Fluid breath. The joy of just stretching the body open. Go slow if you'd like to. Go fast if you'd like to. Just feel into opening the myofascial web. Let the arms come down towards the floor. Take them the other way. Really listening inward to the body. What feels right for you today? What will enhance your joy in the practice? Let the arms come down and gently swing around you, gently swinging the spine into a twist. Tractioning the arms out of the shoulder girdle. Breathing deeply to fill the whole circumference of the torso. If you'd like, let the front hand knock the lung and the back hand knock the kidney, knocking on the door of life to start our yoga practice. Thankful to other modalities that can increase our joy. Fluid breath. Harmony, who's with us today, is a Qigong teacher. Fluid breath. She's adding yoga to the mix. Let the arms release and traction out of the shoulder girdle, opening the neck. And let the arms begin to figure 8 in front of you. And let your legs kind of dance side to side. Maybe the knees bend. Maybe we get the quads warming up. Fluid breath. We can be light today. Maybe the arms, one palm down and one palm up in a figure 8, swing up towards the sky. Maybe they swing back down again. And then we step our feet out wider. We ground the feet and let the knees open over the second metatarsals. Lift the arms open into our goalposts and bring pinkies together, cat curling the spine, taking a deep inhale into the back body. Exhaling the movement, inhaling into opening the heart skyward. And we exhale and inhale, fluid breath. Flexion and extension of the spine, creating space along this center channel for energy to flow. Going too fast. I'm not breathing. I'm not following my own instructions. Breathe into the shape. Exhale the movement. Breathe into the shape. And then come back to center and gently twist to look out one direction and then the other. And let the arms open out to the sides. Turn the left palm up, the right thumb under. Look out over the left hand and then switch. Warming up the rotator cuff of the shoulders a little bit. If that doesn't feel good to you, try your arms lower. If that doesn't feel good in your shoulder girdle, don't do it. Fluid breath. Coming back to center. Lift the arms, stretch the hands, lift the heels. Fist the hands, lower the heels, and stretch and lift, and fist and lower. Feel how you're warming up your quads by staying in the squat. Fluid breath. Getting a little heat going in the body for our practice today. And let the arms come down parallel to the floor. Take your left toes forward, right heel back, and bend into warrior 2. Inhale, dancing warrior. Relax the shoulder girdle and collar. Breathe into the whole circumference of your torso. And then rooting into the feet, cartwheel into your high trikonasana. Lengthening out through the crown, opening across your wingspan. Bring the right arm up overhead if that's comfortable for you. Fluid breath, stretch from the outer edge of the right foot through the fingertips. Exhale up into your dancing triangle. And lower back down into warrior 2. Left hand on the femur bone, right arm alongside the ear. Exhale, heart towards the earth. Inhale, heart towards the heavens. Maybe you come down to your forearm, maybe not. Do what brings you joy in the practice today. fluid breath. Knowing that opening this myofascial matrix will help us feel more spacious. Let's lift up and rainbow the top arm over. Fluid breath. Rooting into earth. Exhale, float back into your dancing warrior. Heart lifted towards the sky. Think about what activities today you could engage in that would bring you joy or help you really see and experience the joy of others. Exhale, straightening the front leg. Turn the left leg in, right leg out. Make sure you take your left heel slightly back. Bend into your warrior two. Inhale, dancing warrior. Fluid breath. Rooting to rise. Asking yourself, where can I let go over efforting? Three-dimensional breath. Exhale, straighten the front leg and cartwheel into your high triangle pose. If you'd like to, bring the left arm alongside your left ear and stretch from the outer left edge of your foot through your left fingers. Float up into your dancing triangle. Exhale into your warrior two again. Right hand to the femur, left arm alongside the ear. Bow your heart towards earth. Inhale, lift it towards the heavens. Maybe you come to your forearm. Wherever you are, you feel into your body. The ego isn't pushing us too far. Instead, we're finding the position that helps bring life and energy into the body. And coming up, rainbow the top arm overhead. See the rainbows you've seen in your lifetime. Experiencing them again. Float back into your dancing warrior and rest into the pose. This has always felt like a happy pose to me. Heart lifted, you look like you're about to burst into dance. Exhale, straighten the front leg, turn it in. Step your feet together and pause in your mountain pose. Shoulder blades strong on your back. Head resting back. Fluid breath. Rest into mountain. Then let your hands begin to shake. And your arms and your legs bounce. And let yourself shake out any of the tension that's still in there in the body. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake your head, shake your shoulders, shake your ribs. Let them move away from the vertebrae. Okay, and then let's bring the chair in to begin with for sun salutations. And we may come to blocks in a little bit, but let's all start with the chair. Because you might have to move a little bit. Okay. Let's place the chair so that it will stay on your mat. And start standing facing the seat. And inhale. Reach for the sky. And exhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Pause in your fierce pose and really root your heels. Can we be fiercely determined to see the joy in others, to appreciate their joy this week? Fluid breath, shoulders broad. Hands come to the chair seat. Inhale, open into your cow. And exhale, lift your navel toward your spine, spine towards the sky, hissing cat. And inhale your cows. And exhale your hissing cat. Fluid breath. And let yourself be just here. Moving your body in this precious moment. And come back to your neutral and float. Your right leg up behind you. Your left arm off the chair. Float to your right fingertips if you'd like to. Perhaps float your right hand off the chair. Some of you will bring your arms alongside your ears. Warrior 3, wherever you are. If your arms are alongside your ears, relax your collar down towards your navel. Don't squinch up around your ears. Back of the neck long. Hips hugging in, banks of the river. Hands to the seat of the chair. Step down and inhale your cow. And exhale your hissing cat. And inhale cow. And exhale hissing cat. Fluid breath. Float your left leg up. Right hand off the chair. Right shoulder blade on your back. Perhaps to your left fingers. Perhaps the left wing rises. And maybe you bring your arms alongside your ears. Fluid breath, warrior 3. Shining out from the pelvis. Hugging into the pelvis. Hands to the seat of the chair. Step down, inhale. Your cow, oh my gosh, there's a huge turkey in my driveway, all fanned out. Exhale. Navel toward your spine, spine toward your sky. Inhale. Wow, that was amazing. Exhale. His head is bright blue. Fluid breath. Come back to neutral, float back, Utkatasana. Hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, a very small, gentle twist one direction. Inhale to center. Exhale the other way. Really think of keeping your knees forward as you gently twist the spine side to side. Fluid breath. It's so weird. That turkey's like standing right in the middle of the driveway staring up at us. Fluid breath. Release your hands. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, arms down to your sides. And as you're ready, step one foot up onto the seat of the chair. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen through your crown. And exhale, twist towards your lifted leg. Bring the back of your left hand against the knee and your right arm behind you. Fluid breath, twisting towards the lifted leg. Opening across your shoulder girdle. Check in that you're not hyperextending your standing knee. And if you can, try looking out the far corners of your eyes that you're twisting towards. Then let your eyes return, your hands return. Step down and step up the other side. Reaching for the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist towards the opposite side, towards the lifted leg. Back of the front hand against the knee. Back arm opening behind you. Perhaps your gaze follows you all the way around to look out the far corners of your eyes. Three-dimensional breath, filling your twisting torso, massaging the fascia. Exhale, hands back to the heart, step down. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, Utkatasana, hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine, gentle twist, one direction. to center, the other to center. Exhaling and inhaling center. And placing your hands on the chair seat, step your left foot forward, right foot back, grounding down, inhale, float up. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, let your arms open into the cactus position and tilt forward. Really ground through the back heel. Lengthen up the back body, lengthening the back of the neck like you were one ski slope down the hill. So some of you are coming way down like this. I don't want you to do that. I want you to ground the back heel and have one straight line down your back body. So come up a little higher if you feel like you're hinging too far forward at the hip. From the tailbone, reach down through that back heel. Lengthen your spine. Don't lean so far forward. Think of lengthening right through the crown. Yes, beautiful. Tailbone reaching for back heel. Let your hands open so the palms are forward down by your hips. Really smile across your collarbones. This is enough weight on the front leg. Don't hinge at the hip. Really ground the whole circumference of your back heel. Lengthen up the whole back body so the back glute is really active. You're active up to both shoulders, up along the neck. And then inhale, float up one more time, warrior 1. Now that you have that back leg really grounded, use that to lengthen the back of the spine. And exhale. Hands back down to the seat of the chair, step back plank. And roll across your toe hinges. And roll back to your downward dog. Bend your knees and stretch again long from crown to tail. Yes, there will be the neutral curves of your spine, but try to find length through the back body. And step your right foot forward. Lower the left heel and inhale. Float your arms up, warrior 1. Open into your cactus position and hinge forward into humble warrior. You are not bowing all the way to the floor right now. Root the heel. Find your shoulder blades strong on your back. Connect them both to the left buttock and left heel. Fluid breath. 3-dimensional breath. Long neck. Bring your hands down by your hips, still smiling across the collarbones. Lean forward into your humble warrior. Fluid breath. And as you bow forward, think of the people you love around you and the moments you've seen them happy. Can you breathe in their happiness? And as we inhale, lift our arms into warrior 1. Lift our hearts. Can their joy be your joy? Fluid breath. Hands back to the seat of the chair. Step back again, plank. And roll back down, dog. Step your feet forward and bend your knees, Utkatasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twisting gently to the left. Inhaling, center. Gently to the right. Inhaling, center. Grounding through the heels at center. Let your arms swing for a moment. Really swing them. Let the blood flow. Swing them. And swing yourself up. Interlace your fingers. Thumbs to the base of the skull. They lift. Rest your head back into your hands. Root it into the 4 corners of the feet. And lengthen your arms. Reach through the thumbs, index, middle, ring, and pinky fingers. 3-dimensional breath. root to rise and grow a little longer, like you are the rainbow from your feet reaching up over the mountaintop. Exhale, hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Pause and feel into your body. Fluid breath. Okay, let's reach for our yoga therapy ball and bring it in under one foot and let it roll under that foot. Inviting the fascia of the legs to really open before we come into any deeper stretches. And make sure you roll the pinky toe side of the foot too. You might have to take it a little slower to stay on that outer edge. And then roll along the fourth toe metatarsal so that you're under the kind of pinky toe side of the foot. And then come under the second and third metatarsals, rolling all the way back towards the heel. And then roll from big toe through the inner arch to the inner heel. And then roll wherever it feels best to you again. Wrap your transverse arch over the ball. Spread your toes as much as you can. Wrap them forward around the bar. Look for your metatarsal knuckles. And then roll the ball back to your heel. Come onto it like a high heel shoe. And while your heel is on the ball, see if you can lift to the opposite toe. Let your arms rise out. And see, can you lift the knee? And release and lift and release like a crane in flight, using your transverse arch and a little bit of balance work as you're a little less stable on the ball. One more. And step down. Try the other side, rolling the ball under your foot. Knowing that this affects more than the plantar fascia. This radiates up the leg, opening the fascial networks. We want the whole body to feel good at the end of this class. Make sure you roll the outer pinky toe side. For me, I have to slow way down or the ball rolls off that edge. And then roll in under the fourth toe. Metatarsal. Then roll under the second and third toe metatarsals. So we're making an effort not just to go to where the ball most easily goes, but to get the whole bottom of the foot. Roll now under the big toe metatarsal. From big toe to inner heel through the inner arch. And now roll wherever it feels best. Fluid breath. And wrap your transverse arch over the ball, toes up and around the ball. Look for your metatarsal knuckles. Are they surfacing? And then roll the ball under your heel. Spread out your transverse arch from big toe to pinky toe. Look at the mountaintop, lift your heart. Come to the toe of the other foot. Let your arms come down. Your standing knee can even bend just like we do in Qigong. You can float the toe up if you'd like to. Fluid breath, crane flying. Active across your transverse arch from big toe to pinky toe. This side's harder for me. Fluid breath. feel into the balance. One more. And land. Roll the ball out of your way. Step your feet a little wider and rock side to side. Okay, so you can either use the chair or you can bring in your blocks. We're going to come into an uttanasana now. Forward fold. I want you to really think about what's best for your body. So begin with your heels under your sit bones, second metatarsals parallel. Take your inner thighs back, lengthen from your hip pointers to your low ribs as you bring your belly down towards your femur bones. Everybody, take your blocks forward. Some of you may be on high, some on medium. Wrap your fingers over the front edge of the block and traction your pelvis away from the blocks. Breathe into this for a moment. Some of you may want to step a little wider and let your belly come between your legs, your ribs come between your legs. That may feel more comfortable for your neutral curve. Take a few deep breaths here, tractioning the pelvis back away from your hands. Now, if this hurts your shoulders, you can just release your hands down towards the mat instead. Some of you will be able to lift your tailbone higher than the top of your sacrum. Think of that. Your tailbone, touch your tailbone. The top of your sacrum is about 3 inches above that, right below your lumbar spine. Lift the tailbone higher than the top of your sacrum. If you can do that, come into your uttanasana forward fold. Keeping your belly on or towards your femur bones. Relax into your forward fold. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. This is an inversion for our body, allowing the head to be lower than the heart, lower than the pelvis, reversing the gravitational pull on the upper body's bloodstream and lymph flow. May release the intestines, the organs to hang differently in their hammocks of fascia. And then bending your knees, unhinge and reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to your blocks, your chair seat, or the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step your right leg back. Come into your high lunge. Pause with your breath. Now, if your hands are on the floor, make sure you're not swinging your hips around to the right to get them there. Hug the hips towards midline. Keep your banks of your river strong. Let your hands flatten down onto the mat or the blocks or the props and step back, plank. Fluid breath. Knees to the floor. Lift your feet, lift your chin. Jut your low jaw forward of your upper jaw. Stretch the throat. Fluid breath. Stretching the thyroid gland. Roll back, child's pose. Hands next underneath your shoulders. Roll towards the crown of the head and roll back onto the forehead. Roll towards the crown and roll back. Only do this if it feels okay in your neck. Some of you will draw your hairline closer to your knees. And reach your hands forward, child's pose. Plant your hands. Roll up into your bent knee, downward dog. Stretch from big toe to pinky toe across your transverse arches. Lift your hip creases and stretch the pelvis back, lengthening the neutral curves of your spine. Down dog, fluid breath, three-dimensional breath. Filling the torso with prana, with life force energy. Breathing in and breathing out. Does even this breath bring a sense of joy? When we pause, can we fill up today with the things that do bring us joy? Exhale forward into your plank. You can stay in high plank or lower to your knees. You can stay in high plank with both feet on the ground or float one foot off the floor. Fluid breath, strong across your pelvis. Don't drop the lifted leg hip. Don't float it up too high either. Try to stay straight across your pelvis. Lower the lifted leg and lift the other side. Fluid breath. Now everyone today, lower to your knees, lift your feet. Now broaden across your collarbone. Bring the head of the arm bones towards the back of the body as you lower your belly, ribs, and chest towards the floor. Release your feet and inhale. Isometrically draw your hands back as you lift your heart, baby cobra. Float your hands off the floor. Reach the tailbone for your heels. Root your pubic bones. See if the feet lift off the floor. Long back of the neck. Breath into the belly. Building strength in the back body. You can stay here or release your feet to baby cobra or press your hands onto the floor and roll up into a higher cobra. 3-dimensional breath, tuning in with the body. What's it feeling? Slowly, if you're lifted, lower back down. Bring your hands by your hips, palms down, thumbs out. Inhale, Salambhasana. Shoulder blades strong and broad on the back. Fluid breath into the belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Roll back into child's pose. Bring your hands back under your shoulders and roll towards the crown and roll back down. Maybe the hairline and forehead come closer to the knees as you continue to roll up and roll down. Find a pattern with your breath, drawing prana in, releasing stress and tension out. Some of you may be able to reach for your feet, wrapping your fingers towards your inner arch and roll up towards the crown. Fluid breath. And roll the sit bones back down towards the heels. Hands forward, child's pose. Child's pose up into downward dog. This time, come up onto your transverse arch of your feet, lifting your heel as high as you can. Spread the transverse arch. Lengthen from each finger pad through that central palm up to your armpits, up to your hip creases. And you can stay here or float one leg up behind you. Fluid breath. Release the lifted foot and lift the other side. Fluid breath. See what it feels like to stay on your transverse arch. Lowering the other heel. Float forward into your plank. If you need to come to forearm plank, that's fine. Fluid breath. And roll back, downward dog. Lifting the right leg, step it forward. Lowering your back heel. Keeping the back heel lifted. Come into your high lunge. In high it's better to have your pelvis a little lifted and hug midline than to feel like you're skewing your hips far one side or the other. Hug the midline. Find the support inside the pelvis and low abdomen. And then step forward. Hands to the heart, Utkatasana. Releasing your hands. Inhale, lift. Heart lifting to the sky. Interlace your fingers. Thumbs lift the base of the skull. Rest your head back. Heart skyward. Root into the feet and unfurl your heart towards the sky. And exhale. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Find your Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the heart. Spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, step your right foot back. Pause in your high lunge. You may bring in blocks if you haven't been using them. And lower the back heel. Sorry, I should have said if you want a blanket under your knee, you can reach for that. We're in our low lunge now, knee towards the floor. Hands, I like hands on blocks here because it gives me a little support to press down onto the blocks and lift and lengthen my side bodies out of my pelvis. This gives me a little space within which I can hug my hips towards each other, creating a good base to lengthen my spine out of the pelvis. So your blocks can come all the way back by your hips, so you can find a little bit more of a back bend, a little bit more of a quad stretch of the back leg. Now make sure you're not throwing your head back so far that you're hinging on the cervical spine. Keep lifting from heart through crown. Keep the back of the neck long. Let the opening come at the heart center lifting. And see if you can open the heart. Breathing in, muditā. Appreciative joy. And remember, you can always modify by, if this isn't feeling good in your back leg, coming back to your high lunge, coming to your fingertips, lifting your heart here, or having your hands in the seat of the chair, pressing down, lifting your heart here. Any of those modifications are fine. Now, if you're on blocks, take them forward. Some of you may like downward dog on the blocks. Try it. Hands on the blocks, step back into your downward dog. Gives you a little more height. It might help you find a longer spine. Fluid breath, working with a chair here is perfectly fine too. Deep three-dimensional breath. And step the right leg forward. Come into your high lunge. Really hug in the banks of your river and lower the back knee. It's okay in this position for the front knee to go forward of the ankle. Because of the angle of your femur bone, you don't risk injury to the meniscus. Hands onto the blocks beside your hips. Press down. Lengthening the side bodies. Lift the heart center. Find breath into the whole circumference of the rib cage. Smiling across the collarbones. Shoulder blades strong on the back. Remembering each time I give you a moment, see if you can cultivate muditā. And release. Blocks forward. You can roll back in to your downward dog. And walk your dog. Fluid breath. And float one leg up behind you. Bend the knee and press the foot to the opposite side, as if there were a wall next to the opposite arm, and you're going to press that wall way behind you. Coming into a twist, reach out through the lifted knee. Create space in the hip, in the quad. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. And float the lifted leg back down. Float up the other side. Bend the knee, press the foot, broad across your shoulder girdles. Stay centered on your shoulders. Don't drop onto that opposite arm. Really keep both arms grounded from a strong shoulder girdle. Fluid breath. And release your foot to the floor, your knees to the floor. Roll back, child's pose. Let your knees be wide so your belly and rib cage fit between them. Rest your forehead on the floor. Bowing our heads towards earth on this spring day. Walk your hands around to the right, lengthen the left side body. Lift the pelvis if you'd like to. Shift it a little to the left. Really breathe into the stretching side body. Fluid breath. Then walk around to the other side. Lift your pelvis. Release it to the right. Breathe into the whole length of the right side body. I see you, I feel you. I'm creating a spaciousness, an openness. This may bring a sense of freedom, which may help us feel joyful on the inside. Coming back to center. Come onto your hands and knees. And inhale another cow. And as you pause in the cow, take your pelvis away from your ears. Really see if you can find space along the spine. Take your neck crease away from your collar. And then on your next exhale, activate the navel towards the spine, spine towards the sky. Press your hands away from your knees. Really find a lift in the spine. Create space between the vertebrae. Let go the head. Let go the tail downward towards earth. Breathe into the rainbow shape. What tissue are you getting to know right here, right now? Hello, good morning. And relax into neutral. And float down onto your back. On your back, bring in 1 or 2 yoga therapy balls underneath your pelvis. And rock across the ball. Looking for tender places that want a little attention. And that attention may not be right on the spot that feels tender. It might be around the spot, helping the tissue around the tender spot open. It may be right along the bones, like at the top of the sit bone, or the outer edge of the greater trochanter on your hip. This connective tissue might want release. Feel the comparison before you go to the other side. I always love that. Fluid. Even just a little work with the yoga therapy ball can help us open our tissue. We can give these away as gifts. You know, you can buy like these racquetballs for not very much at Big Five Sports. Help other family members feel the joy of open fascial tissue. They're great little presents. Now set your pelvis down and bring the balls up underneath the base of your skull. And maybe today just use one right between the two lobes at the base of your skull for a moment. And place the ball right up in the base. And then turn your head a little to the right and feel how you're on the inside of that right lobe. And then just maybe nod yes while you're on the right side of that inner side of the skull. Just nod yes, so you get up and down that inside point. Come back to center. Nod your head just a little to the left until you feel the pressure on the left side, and nod yes. And notice, is there tension right here? And remember that relieving this tension can release tension all the way down your spine. Now while you're on the left, roll around the base of that lobe, the left side lobe, and nod your head no so that you can roll just across that left side. Oof, right at the base. Maybe up a little from the base. Noticing where you have tension. Now take it over to the right and nod no. No to carrying unnecessary tension in the body. No to the tension we've held on to childhood. We're going to let that out. Fluid breath so that we can have more room for joy. Oof. Now bring it a little farther above that center lobe, that center spot at the base of your skull, and just go back and forth. Maybe you want to go back and forth across one side from your ear to mid-skull first. And if you find spots that need attention, maybe you circle around those. Work your way all the way up to like the mid back of your head that rests on the blanket. And then do the other side. Let your body know, I see you, I feel you. I'm learning to pay attention. All right, release the ball and let your head rest on the mat. Gaze perpendicular to the floor. If you need a pillow to bring it perpendicular, bring it in. It's very important for this next exercise. And then press your head back onto the floor. Feel how your neck engages. You can even bring your hands up to those muscles we were just massaging. Feel how they activate. And then relax. Nod your head no. Nod your head yes. And then one more time, neutral spine. Gaze perpendicular to the floor. Press the head back. What we're doing is we're really activating these muscles that connect neck and head so that when we relax, the hypertonic muscles let go and we again nod no gently. And nod yes. And bring your arms out in into your goalpost position, elbows out wide, fingertips towards the sky, palms towards the foot of the mat, and press from shoulder to elbow. Press the arms back. Press back and feel the mid-back wake up. Come back to your three-dimensional breath. Really feel that middle back. We want that awake too. We want that warmed up so it can open, pressing from shoulder to elbow. Let the palms come forward towards the floor. Now don't press. This is an internal rotation. If you have a shoulder injury, don't go as far. Be careful. And then take the backs of your hands towards the floor. And then one more time, fingertips towards the sky. Press back, shoulder to elbow. Really activate that middle back. Feel it activate. Nod your head no. We don't want the neck muscles involved. We're trying to wake up the middle trap. No, 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 not the neck. Okay, now release the pressure and bring your palms towards the floor, stretching the rotator cuff of the shoulder. And then slowly bring the hands back up, backs of the hands towards the floor. Stretch the arms out overhead, legs out long on your mat. Maybe you'll even yawn. Point your toes, flex your feet, stretch long. And then step back and bring the right ankle over the left knee and let the right knee open. Draw the legs in towards the chest or place the left foot on a block and rock side to side. With the legs, not with the upper body. Try to keep the rocking to the hips and the low back. Find the place where the stretch is right for you and hold it and breathe into it. Deep three-dimensional breath, massaging the organs, the intestines. Release the left foot and the right foot and switch sides. Keeping the left foot flexed, draw the legs in towards the chest and rock a little side to side. Pause with your breath. And exhale. Right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Press the pillow out and lift into your bridge pose. Hug your glutes into the bone and pulse the pubic bone skyward. Just let your glutes work to lift the pelvis and release the pelvis. Lower your pelvis back to the floor. Reach your fingers, your hands down beside your hips, and your fingers touch either side of your heel. Make sure that your feet are well centered here. And then draw your left knee in. Come into robot arms. You may either lift the left knee or point the left toes towards the sky. Lift into your one-legged bridge and lower the pelvis down. And lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and hold. Broad across the back, strong from head of the arm bone to elbow. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. Flex the foot, lower the heel so that the legs, the femur bones are even. Point the toe, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Strong back. Lift the foot back up and lower the pelvis. Step down with your left foot, and as you're ready, lift the right. Strong arms, strong back, float the foot up and lower the pelvis and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and hold, strong across the back. Deep breaths into the diaphragm. And even as we work, can we smile? Can we bring in memories of joy, even if it's a hard pose? Flex the foot. Lower the heel so the femur bones are parallel. Point and flex. Point and flex. Strong back. And foot back up. Lower the pelvis. Step down. Hands to the belly. Deep breath. Fluid breath. Heels grounded, float back up into a double leg bridge. Lift right hip, and then left, and then right, and then left. Fluid breath. Come back to center and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Heart lifting away from knees. Deep three-dimensional breath. And release. Okay, gently roll yourselves over. And we are coming up to sit on our chair again. And we are going to do our Ustrasana series before we come down for Shavasana. So, a whole body feel good practice, but we closed that last part with stretching our quads and opening our back. So bring your sit bones to the front of your seat. Hands onto the arms of your chair, or remember, you can place your metacarpal arch on the chair. So either your hands can come here if you're on a chair like mine, or onto this arch across the top of your palm, or if it's better for you, blocks under your heel of your hand. Okay, so you choose. And then you bring that knee as far under as feels comfortable and find a lift to your heart. And as your body opens, you may be able to take it a little deeper. Some of you may be able to come to the heel of your hand, heart lifted. Some of you may be able to lower the knee towards the floor. Okay, and your buttocks come off the chair. You choose. Breathing up into the heart center. Lengthening down through the knee. Breathing space between the vertebrae as we open our hearts. And exhale, come back up to the chair and take the other leg under. Okay, knee down towards the floor. You can come onto your metacarpal arch if that's better. You want long back side bodies, so don't collapse into the back. Fluid breath. Maybe your buttocks slide towards the edge of the chair a little more, and you can lower the knee a little farther. Some of you may be able to bring the knee to the floor. You're not a better person if you get your knee to the floor. You just have certain ergonomics that make that work. Fluid breath. Deep into the tissue of the body. Heart opener. So we can find that joy that's out there. Appreciating the joy of others and taking in the joy of the unfolding flowers, the singing birds. Exhale, back up to your seat. Okay, let's now take the chair to one edge of the mat. If you want to bring a blanket under your knees, you can. Please have your bolster handy. And we'll come to facing the seat of the chair, palms on the chair. Grounding through knees and shins. Pressing the arms onto the chair, we lift the heart. So we take it into a different connection with earth. Now we root down to the legs, tailbone and pubic bone root evenly, heart lifts. Don't collapse into your back side bodies. From your back pockets, reach down. And from the back of your hips, reach up towards the back of your armpit, lengthen that back line. Reaching out through the crown. Fluid breath. Lift the heart, smile across the collarbones. Strong shoulders and mid-back. Lift the mid-back, lift the heart center. Keep the back of the neck long. And exhale, release. You can can stay with that one or the one seated on the chair, or you can come to a bolster on the backs of your calves, rolling your feet under so you can press down on the bolster. We press down on the bolster and lift our heart. Coming into Ustrasana, camel pose. Fluid breath. Lift the back of your armpit. Reach the tailbone earthward. Keep the back body strong. Feel that mid-back helping you to lift the heart. Don't just drop the head. Keep the long back of the neck, strengthening the muscles of the neck. Fluid breath. Right into the heart center. And exhale, release. One more. Now, if you had your toes rolled under, you could release them. This will make it a little more back bend. Remember, you can always be on fingertips on the prop. Inhale, lift the heart as you root the pelvis into earth. Stay strong in the back body, as if there were a bolster. The back of the heart could roll over. Feel how your arms can help support the heart's lift. Fluid, three-dimensional breath, stretching open the tissue around the heart. And then exhale. Sit back towards your heels and take a few breaths. Fluid breath. Come back to cultivating awareness of joy. Okay. Move the chair out of your way and bring your bolster down to the floor long ways so that you can lie on your bolster. Now remember, you could use a pile of blankets, or you could even fold blankets like a bolster over blocks. Come to lying on your bolster. Forearms on the floor. Low ribs on the front of the bolster. Forearms parallel, toes turned under. Press down and lift up into your low plank. Fluid breath. We open the spine, and now we strengthen the core around the spine. Reach your tailbone towards your heels, pubic bone towards your ankles. Long neck. And release onto your bolster. Put a block under your forehead if you like. Bring your hands back by your pelvis. And as you're ready, lift head, heart, smile across your collarbone, shoulder blades strong on the back. Lift into your Salabhasana, lengthen from base of skull to tail. Fluid breath. Now, some of you can do this straight on the floor. That's fine to do it on the floor. Salabhasana. Now you can stay here or open your arms out like wings. Still, strong shoulder blades on the back, head of the arm bones lifting back. Or you can bring your arms alongside your ears in super people pose. Fluid breath. More work for the upper back if you hold your arms open. You could also bring your arms into goalpost position or cactus position. And release. Forearms and feet to the floor. Pressing down into forearms and feet, float the torso up off your bolster. Three-dimensional breath. exhale, release back down onto the floor. Bend your right knee and let the right foot bounce towards your sit bone. Release that leg, bounce the left heel towards your sit bone. Center yourself on your bolster, see if both heels can bounce towards your sit bone. And if you're feeling tension in your low back with this, then this is probably far enough to go. Let your quads just get this kind of bouncing stretch. If you'd like to go farther, see if you can reach your hands back for the fronts of your feet or for your ankles, or you could take a strap around your ankles and lift into your bow pose. Only do this if it feels okay in your body. If you feel warmed up this morning, fluid breath. The bolster gives you a little more room to let your knees come down towards the floor if they need to, if your quads are tight. Fluid breath. Right into the heart. And release. Roll back to a supported chest pose. Breathe deep into the low back. If supported child's feels like too much of a transition for your spine, do a few cows and cats first. You rest into really noticing your body. Our body connects us fully with the natural world. Let's move the bolster out of our way. And let's come to lying down on the mat. Bring in a pillow. You may want your blanket nearby. You may want a sandbag nearby for your Shavasana. But first, let's do a few twists. Let your arms rest down by your hips or float them up overhead and take your feet wide and your knees to the left. You may even bring your left ankle up over your right knee and rest into the twist. Bring the breath deep down into the bowl of the pelvis. Invite the breath to massage you along the spine. Can you relax your eyes and your jaw and the muscles of your face? Maybe even come into a gentle smile as we take the knees over to the right. Perhaps resting the right ankle over the left corner of the knee. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. Remembering to check in with your body, and if resting the right ankle on the left knee doesn't feel good, don't do it. Okay, we don't want to add too much pressure to the joint. I think we'll feel more joy if we take good care of the body, if we listen to its messages and respect it. And then release back to center. Walking the feet wide, let the knees come together. Fluid breath. this position helps us spread the ilium bones a little farther apart so that when we come back into our Shavasana, our sacrum can ground. Go ahead and bring a bolster in under your knees or come into your Shavasana of choice. Today I'm going to rest my knees over the bolster and put a sandbag over my pelvis from hip to hip to help me feel grounded after my travels. Let yourself come into a comfortable resting position. And remember that this is considered the most important pose of the practice, where we rest and integrate the work we've done during the practice, opening our bodies, releasing tension, taking in joy. And it's in this Shavasana we can remember that joy doesn't really belong to anyone. It's something we can all share. It's something that can flow like prana, like the breath. Muditā. good to you. Let yourselves come back into this one unique day. Shake or move. And then as you're ready, slowly bring yourselves up to a comfortable seat. I wish there was a way for me to mute my mic for those of you who want to stay in Shavasana. You could just be there. Okay, in our comfortable seats, let's come back to our breath. And as we breathe in the prana, the life force energy, let's also remember we can breathe in whatever beauties or sounds or sights bring us joy. Let's look for the joys of others. It comes back to what is it we want to cultivate in this world. Let's inhale our hands to our hearts. May we all cultivate muditā, appreciative joy, this week and all the years to come. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.